Well, hello there, my darlings, and welcome to a teeny tiny episode of dayZ, specifically looking at the new DLC, Frostline, the new map, SAKHAL. Now, I have had a few issues with my SAKHAL server settings, but don't you worry about it. I still managed to get on and have a go. And I just thought I'd share through a series of teeny tiny videos things that I found useful to survive. Now, I'm on a community server, not an official server, so it's my server. It's not modded in any way. They've not tweaked anything, so it is a vanilla server. And I've died a few times, so it's like going back to the beginning of dayZ, guys. So I just wanted to tell you a couple of things that I found that helped me survive a bit longer. So in this episode, we're going to talk about keeping warm and watering yourself. Now, I understand, because I'm on my own server, that if you're on an official server, you might not want to be carrying this torch around with you. But if you don't know this about SAKHAL, basically the cold is going to kill you quicker than starvation or dehydration will, or they may work in conjunction against you. It's happened to me a few times already. Now, I discovered that I could make a torch and carry it around with me, and let me tell you, it's become my security blanket. It's given me heat buffs. I never have to worry about getting cold. I'm walking around in capri pants here, 3/4 lengths, not even being touched by the cold, guys. If I didn't have this torch with me, I would lose my heat buffs. The heat buffs are the little plus signs next to your thermometer, and you get them when you are near a fire. If you get it up to 3, which you can, you will have, I don't know how much time each plus sign gives you. Essentially, it gives you a buff that doesn't allow the cold to hit your health, which is the cross on the right. If you don't have any heat buffs, your health will just consistently deplete, almost like you've got frostbite, and your character makes some awful noises. Now, more on how to make that torch in a moment, and whether you want to use it or not is besides the point. Here, we're looking at the I Survive map. Now, I needed to use this because I couldn't find the watering holes. They're not the water pumps that we know from Chinaros and Livonia. They are these, where these little droplets are. They are basically up kind of like a muddy path, and they're usually trailing off from a little village, and you usually spawn in on the northernmost part of the map, apart from the little islands that are ahead of us, above us, even more north, which we're going to need boats to get to, I think. But it's these thick, muddy tracks. Now, I don't know if every single thick, muddy track that you see will lead you to a watering well stroke hole. It doesn't look like it did in the other maps, which is why I think some people were struggling to find it. And I was definitely struggling. So let me just fast forward up this path, and we'll find the watering well at the end. And I have to say, I Survive did help me with this, and I probably would have just carried on dehydrating. I was trying to figure out how to get water, because you can put snow into a water bottle and it'll melt, but of course everything's kind of like poisonous here because of the volcano. Get into that in another episode, because I haven't found all the things I need to rescue myself from these various poisonings. There are some new products in this game. So what we're talking about here is this watering well. I missed it. As you can see, I walked straight past it. It looks like a little dog house, I guess. And you can drink straight from this well. I do have some hand wrappings on my hands that I made from rags. Those come in very useful if you can't find any warm clothing. But this torch, look at it. Like, I'm drinking this icy cold water now. It did make my stomach do the thing. So I drank as much as I could before my stomach started churning. Wandered off, had a wander, and then when I came back, my stomach had settled, so I carried on topping up my water source. It would be great if we had a bottle. I did find one on my previous playthrough, but, you know, I died. I got eaten by wolves. I died from the cold. I died from starvation. You know, I let a zombie kill me just to finish it. You know what it's like. You know what it's like. Anyway, so those are the wells. If you don't have access to the I Survive map, you're not very good at orientating yourself, just look for the villages and then wander around, obviously looting, but also look for that muddy path. Sometimes you have to follow them quite a way, but there are about 35 of these wells dotted across the map, but none of them are on the separate little islands around the north and south of the main map. So now back to the torch. How do we make it? Well, do you want to make it? If you're on an official server, you may not want to draw attention to yourself, but honestly, like I may have mentioned, this has become my security blanket. I'm on my own server, so I don't need to worry about being hunted by other people. So I made it by getting a long stick from a bush. I used these hand wrappings on my hands to make sure I didn't get cuts. And I foraged for this stick by hand. I didn't use my blade because At the time when I first started, I only had that one blade and I wanted that to last because I needed rags. So I started wandering and looking for clothes that I could rip up into the rags. And then literally all you do is combine rags, any that you have, 1, 6, with this stick. It can carry 6 and it makes a torch. That's it. Then obviously you have to light it. So if you can get hold of some matches or a lighter, brilliant. But if you still have hold of your blade or a blade, you can make blades out of bones, piles of bones, anything like that, or 2 stones together you can make a stone blade. All you need is a bit of bark off a tree and some sticks. I think it's short sticks. Just grab some short sticks, up to 5, whatever, and you can combine them with bark to make a hand drill kit. Now, when I was trying to light my torch, the hand drill kit had to be on the floor and the torch had to be in my hand to light it, not the other way around. I couldn't apply the hand drill kit in my hand to the torch on the floor. Don't ask me why, but I accidentally switched it around and it worked. And then I set fire to the bark that was still on the floor with my torch and it kind of made it into a fireplace. Don't know if that's new. I'm going to put all these in extra little videos because I'm still exploring. I'm not a dayZ expert. I just wanted to share with you my experiences on SAKHAL so far. So watering holes and keeping yourself warm with a mobile torch and finding rags and sharp things to cut clothes up with became my whole personality until I can sort myself out and get a bit of a base up and running and have some supplies. And obviously hunting is going to be a big deal in this game. I was finding food. I haven't had to hunt. I couldn't find any chickens, you know. I needed some chicken breasts. I can cook those. Haven't found any potatoes or anything like that. Like I said, you can come and play on my server right now if you want to. I'm having a few issues with it. It's not glitchy or anything like that. It just won't be around forever in this state. I may expire this server and just start a brand new one. I'll see if I can fix the files. But it's perfectly usable. And yeah, you're more than welcome to just come and run around. It's not a PvP. We're not shooting each other. It's just let's explore the map and see how to survive. It's like starting again and I love it. I freaking love the cold and the snowstorms, the blizzard. I was out, I don't know where I was. It was before I got hit by the wolves in a blizzard. I found some icy kind of lake. Oh, it was beautiful. I was in heaven. So my darlings, I hope this helped you. If it did, please drop me a like, sub and comment, and I will carry on sharing my experiences on the SAKHAL map and also my server experiences at some point when I start modding or, you know, adjusting things on the server and improving like the heating pads that we're finding. We need some of those. And just loot in general, I might push it upwards. We'll see what I can do. But for now, I'm just enjoying experiencing it in its vanilla state. So there you go, guys. How to find water and how to make a torch and keep yourself warm. And use those rags to make yourself hand wrappings, face coverings, a head wrapping, anything. Literally anything to warm yourself up. But it was a game changer when I carried this torch around with me. Let me know what you're getting up to and what those official servers are like. I haven't even thought about going on those because, yeah, oh, the stress. Please let me know how it is over there and whether I should like dip my toe in there or whether I'm just going to sit in the corner and cry with PTSD. Okay, thank you, bye. See you in another episode. Okay, you take care now. I really do hope to see you again in the next one. All jokes aside, thank you for being here. You take care now and goodbye.